And you're saying there's nothing missing from his room? Spare clothes, shoes?
I've already told you. He ran out of the house as soon as it happened. He didn't stop and pack a bag.
We'll appreciate we have to get all the facts straight, Mr. Windsor.
Right, so what happens now? You organise a search? Circulate his description? What?
Well, you said yourselves, this isn't the first time he's run away. He could just be staying with mates.
I've been all over the holiday village. Every bar between here and Houghton. Our kid's missing. Your lot should be doing something about it.
And believe me, we will. But he is over 16. And the chances are he'll walk back in as soon as he feels like it.
Meaning you're just going to sit back, do nothing till it's too blooming late.
Meaning, in 9 cases out of 10, the missing teenager's home by tea time.
Yeah. What is it with your family and guns, anyway?
Oh, don't give me that, Vic. If you hadn't started wrestling him in the first place, the thing would never have gone off.
And if you spent a bit more time with your children instead of waltzing about the place with Terry Twinkletoes, your son might feel much more needed.
Pack it in, Will. That's got to a good bit. Jed.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
Morning. Well, I think I moved out already. Any chance of some breakfast? Take that as a no.
Oh, get off.
You don't want your big brother starving, do you?
Fine by me. Hey, hold on, Dave. You can get a lift.
Hey, Mum, what's he done now?
Oh. I messed up somewhere with that one.
Well, I'm not going to tell you for a bit, but I reckon you could do with some good news.
Well, that was a first time.
Right, well, me and Biff, we've decided to get married.
I told you about Kim and Dave in the strictest confidence. But oh no, you couldn't resist a chance to cause trouble.
Glovers have every right to know what their darling son's up to behind their backs.
Why is it that you can't see a normal, happy family without wanting to screw things up for them?
Everything I do is for the long-term security of my family. I'm planning for our future. You'll just have to trust that I'm acting in our best interests.
Don't kid yourself that you're doing this for me and Joseph. You're just pursuing some pointless revenge against everyone around you. I don't think I can cope with this much longer.
What are you saying to me?
I don't know, Chris. I don't know about anything anymore.
I'm going to kill Scott when I see him.
You'll have to join the queue, love. Now, don't just dump them on the doorsteps. Stick them right through the letterboxes, all right?
It's going to take hours, and I'm already late for school.
Well, it's all hands to the pump, isn't it? Just tell them what happened.
And say, sorry I'm late, but my brother shot my little sister, so I had to do the paper round.
Morning. Jack's complaining he didn't get his newspaper.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're a bit behind this morning.
Is Scott ill?
Hi, Sarah. Donna's asleep. I'll give you a hand.
Donna's asleep?
Yeah.
You all on strike or something? Betty don't normally leave house till she's read her horoscope.
Oh, rubbish. He wants his racing tips. Papers aren't usually this late.
All right, you might as well hear it from us. There's been an accident. Scott's run off and we ain't seen him since last night.
Oh, you poor things. You must be really worried.
I've been out looking, but there's no sign of him.
Right, well, you won't want to be bothered with the shop, then. I'll take over here and then one of you will be free to go searching.
Oh, well, thanks, Betty, but we can't leave Donna on her own.
I'll stay with Donna for a couple of hours.
Right, that's settled, then.
Come on, London. 2 can cover twice the ground in half the time.
Oh, cheers, mate.
You don't fancy paper round, do you, Betty?
David.
I've decided to take up Frank's offer on cottage.
I don't see you had much choice. Not if we wanted a place to be alone.
Yeah, well, they've made it quite clear I'm not welcome at home anymore.
Well, living with Mum never fitted in with my image of you.
Well, hers has changed a bit since she found out I was sleeping with Boss's wife.
We'll have to do the place up. Need a new bed for a start.
This has all turned out quite nice for you, hasn't it?
And for you.
Now my family's turned against me. The minute I walk out of that house, they'll wash their hands of me.
You know I'm worth it, David. You're not beginning to doubt that?
No, of course not. I want you more than ever now. But as soon as I set foot into that cottage, you'll be the only thing left in my life.
What more could you want?
I suppose it goes wrong. I'll have nothing left.
Trust me. I love you, David. Just give me the chance to prove it.
I've heard enough. They've fallen for it. Once they're in the cottage, we've got them.
Well, don't expect me to be jumping for joy.
Looks like your boy's developing a conscience.
It's a bit late in the day for that, isn't it?
Are you sure you want to carry on with this, Frank?
That woman conned her way back into my life when I swore I'd never see her again. She got a huge sum the last time, and now she's come back for the rest. And I'm damned if I'm going to let her win again.
But, Frank, chances are this taped evidence won't be admissible in court.
With this lot stacked up against her, she won't want to go anywhere near a court. We just need something concrete, something she can't lie her way out of, and then I'm going to throw the lot at her. Affairs, fraud, the works. And the minute that baby's born, I'm going to convince the authorities that she's unfit to keep it.
What are you reading, Mr. Pollard?
These, Sam, are our passports to the lucrative trade markets of the Far East.
Are we off on holiday, then? You should have told me, only I've not had a chance to pack or anything.
We're not actually going anywhere, Sam. I'm just placing some advertisements. Due to the wonderful success of the American venture, I've decided to broaden our horizons. Methinks Reagan Dexter III spent more than he originally intended, just to impress the lovely Tina.
From what I've seen of them, I reckon our Mandy might go down a treat.
You know, I'd love to continue chatting with you, but I gather mercy killing is still against the law.
Hang on, Mr. Pollard, I've not finished my tea yet.
It's going to take months to clean this lot.
Yeah, well, we've not got months, have we? Because she wants it ready by the weekend.
Oh, well, she's going to have to wait, because I'm off down to Woolpack to meet Linda. I'll see you later.
Oh, thanks a lot, Biff. Have one for me, will you?
What a mate.
All right, Nick.
Oh, hi.
What's going on here?
It's the assistant farm manager's new gaff, and I'm the home help.
From what I've seen, you'll be running this place before you know it. Need a hand?
Nah, I'm all right, thanks.
Finished by weekend?
Yeah.
It's like an army. He's a bit of a slave driver, that boss of yours, isn't he?
You're not kidding.
Tell you what, I've been hanging around like a spare part. I could give you a hand.
All right, well, what can you do?
I've done most things in my time. Plumbing, papering, wiring, the lot. I could use the company.
Right then, you're on. Just make sure you keep out of Kim's way.
Yeah, no chance. I do my best to keep out of her path.
Yeah, you'll not be the only one.
Stop me if I'm speaking out of turn, but I've never really taken to her. There's something about her I wouldn't trust.
Well, your instincts are spot on there.
I don't mean any disrespect to Frank, but I reckon she's a nasty piece of work.
She put me in intensive care.
Kim did? How?
I wouldn't want this to go any further.
Of course not.
This better be worth it, Dad. It's like flaming Siberia out here.
I'm showing you how things are going to start changing for us. I'm taking matters into my own hands again.
Oh, I don't mind the cold, me. I never really feel it.
Because you got the insulation of a killer whale.
Right, you ready?
Hurry up! I can't bear the tension.
Ta-da! Eh? Well, what do you reckon? Eh? From now on, there'll be no more of you two playing fancy with me for that pimp bollard.
What, opening a health club now, are we?
I could look after the sauna and the rub down side of things.
Oh, I'm going back into the fight game.
You're mental. It's years since you've hit someone for money. You'd be murdered.
I was bare-knuckle champion of the Dales. 3 years on the trot.
And them old boxers make them big comebacks on the telly, don't they, Dad?
The difference is they get millions for being beaten to a pulp. My dad was lucky to scrape together a few hundred.
No, the big fights, the ones that attract all the betting, winner can pick up a couple of thousand easy.
And the loser gets nought.
Oh, Tina. What, my timing's still there, see? Hey, I just need to build my fitness back up. Couple of weeks, I'll be ready for anyone.
Well, when you've quite finished, Rocky, I'm going to go back into the warm. You're mad.
Hey, Mandy, you want to see my short jab?
When will you learn, Butch? You've more chance with that punch bag than you have with me.
And before you start, it's going to be asleep in the back room. And if you don't like it, you can get yourself a new bar person. Can you help me with the pram, please?
Then I woke up in hospital, and Kim was stood there, telling me how lucky I was to be alive. And then she said, if I mentioned it to anybody, next time it wouldn't be me in the bed, it would be my daughter Alice.
I always knew Kim was evil, but I didn't think she'd stoop so far. Why didn't you go to the police?
Her word against mine. Anyway, I wouldn't have stood a chance.
And you still came back here?
If I don't have a home and a job, I could lose custody of Alice.
If there was a way of getting back at Kim, evening up the scores, would you take it?
You don't want to be drinking from that, lad.
Oh, Seth, you give me a shock.
There's a dead eel half a mile upstream.
Oh, if I could find it, I'd probably eat it. I'm not hungry.
No need to. Your dad lent us these.
Oh, cheers,
Only
Seth.
there's no need to tell him, eh? Next time you run away from home, there's 3 things you need to take with you. Dry matches, something to eat, and a flask of tea with plenty of sugar in it.
Oh, nice one.
Here, put some wine back inside you, son.
Seth, is Donna okay?
She will be when the sauna eared back on. That pellet hardly touched her, so there's no need for you to be hanging around out here for much longer.
I don't intend to.
Good lad.
Now I know she's all right. I can head off back down to London. Start building my new life.
Signed in good faith, Mr. Nicholas Spence.
What good is that going to do, eh? She'll deny everything.
This is your insurance against her trying it again. We lodged this account of her threat on your life and the threat against your daughter with Frank's solicitor.
Yeah. But, how does this help me?
Then she knows she can touch you. If anything happened to you, this would be handed over to the police. There would be enough probable cause to throw the book at her. You're safe.
So, what happens now?
You just signed the statement. And forget we ever had this conversation. You're in the clear, mate. I promise.
So, you and Chris have had another row then?
I wish it were that simple. Makes it sound like there's a solution.
There always is, love. As long as you both want to find it.
You know, I thought the security of being married and having a baby would change Chris. I thought he'd learn to stop living only for himself. But he just uses it as an excuse to act more selfishly than ever.
Well, there's just one thing I learned from Brit. It's that you can't change anyone, no matter how hard you try. You just got to learn to forgive him. As long as you love each other.
I do love him, Terry. I always will. But I've got to think about Joseph. I've got to do what's right for him.
Well, what's right for Joseph is to be brought up by two people who adore him. Hey, you shouldn't do anything too hasty. You've got to try everything you can to save a marriage.
I have. I've been trying for months. I think I've just about run out of ideas.
Hello. What are you doing here?
Any chance of a stiff drink?
I ran away from home once.
What, to go on the Crusades?
No, you cheeky blighter, to get me sent some peace and quiet.
Yeah, it's not much of that at my house. Where'd you go?
Well, I were going to live in woods. Build me a big tree house. I got as far as Mrs. Shackleton's next door. She gave me my tea and persuaded me I'd be better off at home.
Nice, was she?
She were a right dragon. But she made me realise my family weren't so bad after all.
They're going to go mental when I go back.
Oh, I reckon another half hour would do it.
What?
Well, by then they'll have stopped being angry. They'll be well into the as long as he comes home safe stage.
Do you reckon?
I'm sure of it, son.
No wonder you have no idea how to behave in a relationship.
I should follow your example, should I?
I was very lucky to find Emma. And you've been very lucky with Rachel. Don't let her go without a fight.
Well, supper's nearly ready. Are you sure you won't stay, Chris?
No, thanks. Better get home and save my marriage. Oh, you don't happen to have a spare box of chocolates kicking around, do you?
Which way through here?
Right.
Oh. Knock, knock. Oh, Zach.
Mr. Dingle.
I can see I've arrived at a bad moment for you.
Oh, no. Go on, Eric. Tell me your idea.
Right, and I've just been saying to your delightful daughter, Tina, and Mandy...
Mr. Pollard wants us to escort all of his foreign clients. Show him a good time.
Does he know?
Yes, no, not exactly. The Japanese have a tradition of geishas.
Japanese?
Nothing improper, I can assure you.
Does that mean I'll have to walk round with a cushion tied to me bum?
Actually, there are large amounts involved, and you, as their agent, would be entitled to a fee.
You trying to turn me into a pimp and all?
No, no, of course not.
Coming round here with your suggestions. We are a respectable family. You'll stay away from my girls, do you hear me?
I didn't mean to cause any offence.
Well, I'll not be short of a bob or two. In fact, you can spread the word. Zach Dingle is back in the fight game.
Really? Might you be in need of a manager at all?
Get out of here.
Right.
Well, not bad. Not bad. Come on, lovable little man. OK, well, lovable little man coming out. Get me ready, girls. Get ready. Yo!
Anything good on?
Scott!
Where the hell have you been?
Where on earth did you spend the night?
Been worried sick about you.
No, you haven't. You've been saying all day you're going to kill him.
Shut up, Kelly. Your sister spent half the night in casualty because of you. We've had the police here. I've been out all over the place looking for you. Don't you care about her at all? Didn't you have a single thought about the damage you might have done to her?
Yeah, sorry, Donna. It was an accident.
It's all right. Didn't hurt. Well, not too bad. But I've been watching videos all day. It's me you should be apologising to. I had to do your paper round.
Right, you two. Upstairs.
Dad?
Now, Kelly, I mean it.
I'll be up in a minute, girls.
Look, Dad, can we talk about this in the morning? I'm really tired.
Stay where you are. Now, you asked us at Christmas whether you could have an air rifle. After all your mother's been through, and you still want to bring a gun into the house, and surprise, surprise, we said no. So you went behind our backs and you got one anyway. Why do you think we said no, Scott? Just for the fun of it?
Vic, let's just leave it to the morning.
No, I'm sick of his selfish attitude. You're not a kid anymore, Scott. It's about time you grew up and started acting your age. Now, get to bed. But this isn't over yet.
I half expected to find an empty house.
You nearly did.
Look, I know these don't mean anything, but it's the only way I know of saying sorry. Look, I know I must seem like a pretty hopeless case at the moment, but I could learn to be what you want.
Chris.
I just seem to be under so much pressure for so long. Kim's debt, my career, wanting to make you happy.
Chris, I don't think that
What I'm trying to say is, I had all my priorities wrong. Kim can whistle for her money. Dad'll see that I won't have to pay it, and in the meantime, I'll spend all the time in the world with you and Joseph.
Chris, this isn't going to work anymore. You can't keep buying me off with cheap gifts and empty promises, then picking up the next day where you left off.
This time it'll be different.
No! No, it won't. You live for this conflict. It's what keeps you going. And I am sick fed up of me and Joseph being second priority in your life.
You're not, I swear.
It's hard to believe you, Chris. You have betrayed a marital confidence to take some petty revenge against the Glovers. How can I trust you again?
I know. I know. I've been an absolute idiot.
No, it's me who's been the idiot, thinking that anything would ever be any different. Joseph needs to be the most important thing in the world to you.
He is. You both are.
Right. Well, if that's the case, we want you to give up everything for us. No more Tate Holdings. No more plotting against Kim. Just you, me, and Joseph, no distractions. And the minute we start to take second place, we'll be out of that door. And we won't be coming back. I promise you.
What's he doing out there?
He's just looking and thinking.
Thinking? Well, it's a bit late for thinking. You should have been thinking a couple of months back. He wouldn't be in this mess now if he had.
Ah, that's a maybe. We can't. We mustn't turn our backs on him now. He's still our son.
Really? Well, at the moment, Ned, I find it very hard to believe that is our David out there.
Morning. Just put the kettle on. Hey, that's my boy. That's my boy. Shall I do his breakfast or will you?
Chris.
What?
You know what? I haven't slept a wink last night thinking about what we said. And I'm still waiting.
Well, we both said a lot of things.
Yes, we certainly did. And I meant every word. So what's it to be?
You, obviously.
Right, well, in that case...
What?
In that case, I don't want to hear another word about Kim or your father or what's going on at Home Farm. Is that clear?
Of course, I promise. As far as I'm concerned, you're the only thing that really matters. You and Joseph.
Do you know, I don't know of anyone who appreciates a cooked breakfast more than you do, Seth Armstrong. And I don't know of anyone who deserves one more this morning either. And I bet Viv and Vic could say the same. There's another sausage for you in the pan.
She's still upset then?
Huh. What do you think?
Aye. I just wanted to help, that's all. Right, better go and pack.
Hey, it'll blow over. Things like this always do. Where are your mum and dad, you know?
Thanks, Dad. Well, he'll be able to rent my room out. Money will come in handy.
Don't you fret about us.
Dad, I'm a estate manager. I know what's going on. I know you're behind with rent. I've kept it from Kim so far. But if she finds out, then...
Listen, once I'm up and running properly, I'll sort it out. We just... short of cash, that's all. Don't you dare breathe a word about this to your mum.
Hurry up, Roy and Kelly already out there.
I'm not going to miss the bus.
Too right you're not, because I'm going to make sure you don't. And I'm going to ring the school up to make sure you get there. And I'm going to check after every break to make sure you're still there.
Wow, I don't know if I can handle this amount of trust. Scott. Well, it's stupid. He's treating me like a little kid.
Oh, well, I suppose nearly taking Donna's eye out with an air rifle is the actions of a mature young man, is it? Listen, when you prove to me you can be trusted, you will be. Until then, I'm going to watch you like a hawk. You and my wallet.
Yeah, well, maybe if you paid me properly for the work I do around here, I wouldn't have to resort to nicking your money.
There's such a thing as family loyalty, you know.
Yeah, and there's such a thing as exploiting your kids.
Vic Windsor, the last of the great child psychologists.
Right, that's me ready. I'm off. All packed. Strip me bed. I'll be seeing you then. Bye.
Here you go.
Great.
Come to admire our handiwork.
Yep. Wow, it's really taking shape now. You're doing a great job, Ned.
Yeah, it's our love.
Are you all right?
Our days moving out today. In Uptown Farm. Well, with all the extra responsibility Frank's given him, it makes a lot of sense in moving closer to work. Manny Jan's not too happy about it.
Yeah. Well, we better start thinking about advertising soon.
Yeah, Young Thugs Monthly.
Take a few more weeks, though. I could put more hours in if you wanted. To be honest, the extra cash would come in handy.
Ah, finding it tough now you're a landowner yourself?
Somewhat like that.
Well, she's the boss.
Sooner it gets done, the better, I say. Great, you're on.
By the way, seeing as this wall faces north, it's going to be dark inside. I think you'll need at least one extra window.
It doesn't matter what you think, Jack. The plans stipulate one window on this side.
Yeah, well, we could soon whack one in. Who's to know?
If it's going to be done, it's going to be done officially. Jack, why didn't you say all this when the plans were being drawn up? I'll go and ring Emma.
She's got him exactly where she wants him now. Aye, very handy.
Hey, night mood.
Welcome to Home Farm, Dave.
Oh, thanks.
All settled in?
Yeah, just about.
But anything you need, just get on and do it. Nick and Biff are completely at your disposal.
No, everything's fine, really. Thanks for letting me come here like this, though.
Nonsense. Having you here suits my plans perfectly. Now, did you think about getting any food in?
Oh, no. Don't mind, I'll get some at the pub.
Don't be tough, you got to eat properly. Nick, you know the sort of thing he needs? Nip down to the Windsors and do a bit of shopping for him.
Oh, sorry, Frank, I've not got time. Me and Biff, we were going to sort out the greenhouses.
Go keep.
I'm a gardener, Frank, not an errand boy.
Dave's a vital part of this organisation. The way Kim's been working him lately, the poor lad hasn't had a minute to himself. The least I can do is to make sure he keeps his strength up. And I do as I say.
Well, at the moment, the plan is for one window on that side. Yeah. Yeah, well, Jack thinks... Or we both think that there should... We both think that there should be 2 windows on that wall. Yeah. Or if you wouldn't mind... I'm really sorry to mess you about, Emma. Great. Thanks again. I'll see you later. Bye.
Hi.
Jack has suddenly decided to take an interest in the barn conversion, so everyone else has to scurry around doing his bidding. Hey. Are you okay?
It's ridiculous. I'm not Glover's flipping skivvy.
You want to tell that Frank Tate where to get off, mate?
Don't take any notice of him, Nick.
Just solving his problems, that's all.
You've got one of your own to solve first.
Look, shall we talk about this later?
Depends whether you're going to phone the school or not.
I might.
Well, then I want to discuss it now. Why do you think he ran away in the first place?
Because he was frightened he'd hurt Donna.
And even more frightened about what you'd do to him.
Yes, well...
Do you not have any tomato soup?
We need to understand him, not antagonise him.
No. You'll have to make do with P. He's lucky he's getting that.
If you succeed in driving my boy away, I'll never forgive you.
Viv?
Being Glover's unpaid lackey is not part of my job.
Oh, dear. What's Glover been up to now, then?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's cheesed off because Frank's made him do Dave's shopping.
Oh, I'd have thought his mummy would have done all that.
Well, not since he moved out.
Moved out? Where's he gone?
What, you mean you don't know? He's moved into one of your cottages at home farm.
You sure, girls?
Yeah, man, but while in Rome...
Rome's in Italy, innit?
Yeah, but they might prefer women with more Western ways. I mean, they can get that Oriental stuff at home.
Hey, nice outfit, Mandy. Hey, who shot the sofa?
Ignore him, I do.
It's for entertaining Mr. Pollard's Japanese clients in.
Oh, you can forget that.
How come?
I've got a prize fight lined up. Hey, wish me luck. Our financial worries are over.
Dad, shall I phone the ambulance now or wait until you're flat on your back?
Oh, well. Just so long as it's only me as ends up like that.
So you gave him an ultimatum. What did he say?
He said that he wants to make it work for him, me and Joseph.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but I wish I believed that it was going to happen.
Rachel, you've got to give him a chance.
He's had nothing but chances.
Zoe, you'll never guess what Kim's done now.
I'm just off on call.
She's only gonna move that little tow rag into home farm.
What?
Well, one of the cottages.
Well, perhaps there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, certainly is.
I meant business.
Oh, come on, don't be so naive. She's installed him up there for one reason only, and you know it.
Look, I really don't have time at the moment.
Well, she's gone over the line this time. I'm going through the accounts with a fine-tooth comb.
And how are you going to do that?
Hack into the home farm computer, and I'm telling you, if I find the slightest evidence of mismanagement, then I'll call a shareholders' meeting, and I'll have it out with her. What do you think?
I think you'd be better off worrying about your own problems at the moment.
What, me and Rachel? Sorted. About time Dad learnt the truth about his precious Kim.
Morning.
Oh. Frank's got me doing Dave's shopping for him now.
I've sent your statement to my lawyer friend. It's safely stored. I think we'll be able to act on Kim and Dave pretty soon.
Look, I'm not sure I've done the right thing.
Trust me, I will guarantee Alice's safety. I promise you.
Nick, wait!
What were you doing with Mr. McCarty?
Huh? Oh, just talking.
We don't pay you to talk, Nick. You're here to work.
You might find this hard to believe, Kim, but some people can actually do two things at once. And anyway, I've been shopping at Frank's request for Dave.
Well, just be very careful.
Don't worry, Kim. I will be.
Yes.
Rachel, look after him for a while.
How can I? I'm working.
I know, but I wouldn't ask if it wasn't really important.
If this is about home farm...
Please. She's only going to move Glover in. Look, I've got to do something now, otherwise she's going to get away with it.
Just give me Joseph.
An hour. 2 at the most.
Take as long as you like.
Yeah, I know, yeah. As long as it's here by tomorrow morning. Yeah?
I'm sorry about this, Terry.
That's all right.
No, it's not.
Hey, hello, we got a little fellow with us again.
Looks like it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll look after Punches. You look after him.
Are you sure you don't mind?
Mind? It's a pleasure.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was wondering if you two would like to join me and Seth for dinner tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we'd love to, wouldn't we?
Aye.
On one condition,
What's that?
that you two cook it. Give the old folks a break from the drudgery.
Yeah, well, it sounds like fun to me.
Yeah, but we've got one condition as well. We plan it, cook it, and serve it. Just the 2 of us. Hey, Linda?
Yeah.
It's a deal.
What are we going to make?
Stanley Matthews used to drop his left shoulder a split second before he moved off to rate.
What you on about?
You're up to something.
It's simple. Them 2 kids have been cosseted. Once they realise the work involved in getting the simplest of meals to table, they will also realise that the words domestic and bliss rarely coincide in the real world. Do you know, if I didn't know better, I'd have my doubts about you two. £1/2 of mint imperials, please, Vic. They say they're good for the digestion. I've got a feeling I'll be needing them soon.
Quarter kilo, was it?
Well, it might be a quarter kilo to you, Vic, but to me it will always be £1/2.
Here, here.
How's the lad?
Scott
Oh, he's fine, Betty. Absolutely fine.
Well, why did he run away then?
Well, he's okay, and we're very grateful to Seth for bringing him home.
Do you know, that man is a saint. You can positively hear the milk of human kindness slushing around inside him. I think you'll find that ball change on the turn a bit easier if you bend your back leg more, Terry.
All right. Cheers, Betty.
All settled in then?
Hmm.
I'm glad. Just make sure you don't lock the door.
And if I do? Come here.
Tiger. We have to be careful. We've upset a few people and we need to watch our backs.
Well, I'll watch yours if you watch mine.
Later. For the moment, you have to watch your step, especially around that Pete McCarty. He and Frank are awfully pally, and I don't altogether trust him.
Well, actually, I was thinking of going over to the cottage now.
Oh?
Bed's not made yet.
Glover, 475 times 3. 3 payments come across. Glover, 475. 475 vanishes. Gotcha.
Just getting this set up in case Madam appears.
Won't be seeing much of her for the next few hours. Now that her toy boy's on the premises, she'll be far too busy.
Frank, try not to let your emotions get the better of you.
That's a stupid thing to say. I wouldn't be doing any of this if I wasn't affected emotionally. Have you any idea what it's like to be betrayed by the same woman? Twice?
No, but I'm sure it must be tough for you.
Tough? That's the understatement of the century. whatever I do now is completely justifiable, morally.
Guess what I've been doing since I last saw you?
What?
Going through the financial files on the home farm computer system.
Get to the point, Chris.
OK, the point is this. I found some very interesting entries on the home farm tenants' accounts. See? Now, this one shows the Glovers having made only 2 payments of £475.
Well, what are they for?
Monthly rent payments.
So?
Well, if you look at this file, cash banked, you won't find any entry for those payments. The 2 sets of figures simply don't reconcile.
Perhaps it's an oversight.
2 months running? I don't think so.
So what does all this prove?
That Glover, the lover, is not only betraying Dad with Kim, but he's also defrauding him out of large sums of money. And that's just what I put in my letter.
What letter?
The letter I've just written to Ned and Jan, to tell them what a conniving and crooked little toad their son really is.
Everything's in place, Frank. Nick's statement is with the lawyer. The trust agreement is ready. The cottage is wired for sound and vision. Everything is set and ready. There's only one question left to be answered.
What?
When?
The sooner the better. We've given her enough rope. The quicker she hangs herself with it, the happier I'll be.
You know that once you start, there's no turning back.
Oh, for God's sake, of course I know. I'm going to fix Kim once and for all.
I just want to be sure you understand you know what you're getting into.
Do you think I would have started something like this if I didn't know what I was doing? I'm paying you well for setting this up. You've done your job. So now let me get on and do mine.
What do you mean?
Your part in all this is over. You don't really understand how I feel or why I'm doing it. So from now on, it's just me.
Frank!
No. The last thing I need is you casting doubt. So thanks for everything. And goodbye.
Chris? Where's your daddy gone now, eh? Hope he's got our tea on. Otherwise it's going to be in bother. In you go. There you go. Chris?
Oh, Teen, look at the muscles on him.
No, it's that one behind him.
Oh, it's dead sexy, him.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Do you think we'll get to go to Japan?
No. Eric Pollard is all mouth and trousers. Nearest you'll get is watching sumo wrestling.
Oh, I think it's daft, me. Bunch of fat blokes with nappies on.
Put the light on, man.
All right.
Hiya, Dad.
Huh? Oh, how did I make you jump, lass?
What you been doing?
Huh? I won! Here, 50 quid, count it. The legend returns.
50 quid. That's not much.
Huh? Well, I win that big fight in Skipdale. There'll be bigger purses then. Word will get out that Zack Dingle is back on the winning trail!
Hey, man, they've started again.
Hey, number 10, number 10.
Hey, me money.
What are you doing?
What does it look like?
Like you're packing.
Yeah, that's right, I'm packing. And there's a cab coming to take me and Joseph to Jack and Sarah's.
I don't understand.
Last night, I gave you a choice. This morning, you said that you decided that me and Joseph were more important than what was going on up at home farm. Then I come home and I find this. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Glover, after careful examination of the home farm accounts, it would appear that payments for rent...
It's important. You know what Kim and Glover are up to? I'm not going to let that cow win.
You! First, middle and last. And me and Joseph have just got to fit around it.
I can't let Kim and Glover...
To hell with Kim! This is my life, Chris. Mine.
Rachel, you're right. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been preoccupied.
It's too late, Chris.
Oh, don't be silly, please. This is your home.
Not anymore. I'll be out in a minute.
Please. Just give me another chance. I love you, you know that. Look, whatever I've done, I'll make up for. Just as long as you stay with me. Rachel?
No! You have been so busy trying to destroy Kim's life. And all you've done is destroy your own. I hope it was worth it.
Look, I'll do whatever you want me to.
I'm sorry, Chris. I've got to do what's best for me and Joseph. And I've decided. It's over.
She's still not up.
No, I thought it best to leave her. She was probably lying awake half the night. She'll need all the sleep she can get.
Don't know about losing sleep. I'd be out celebrating.
What, if you just walked out on me?
I've just walked out on Christopher Tate.
Right, but it's cold out there this morning. Wind's fair cutting through, isn't that right, Jack?
Aye, it is.
Morning, love.
Morning.
Oi, pick that up, little out.
You!
You haven't delivered the papers yet?
She's quick, isn't she?
Have you been sitting here all morning?
Well, maybe. Go on then, run along and snitch to Vic.
Vic?
Oh, yeah, right on. What do you want me to call him? He ain't my dad.
Here's the bus. Come on, they'll kill you if you skive again.
I ain't gonna skive, all right?
What about the papers?
Don't want me to leave litter, do you? Come on.
Tuna, here.
Right.
You 2 tins.
And that's a lot.
Hey, do you think we should get a bottle of wine?
What, for Seth? The only sort of bottle he'll get his hands on is the brown sauce.
Yeah, I know, but we want it to be nice, don't we?
All right, we'll compromise. Can I have a bottle of brown ale, please, Nick? And anywhere it'll taste nice if you're doing it.
Hey, you better do your share, you.
I will. I'm eating it, aren't I?
£5 exactly.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Hi,
Oh, young love.
That makes you sick, doesn't it?
You old cynic.
Me? Pity they got to spoil it all by getting married. If they're really unlucky, they'll end up with kids like ours.
Oh, yeah?
That was Mrs. Bestman on the phone. She hasn't had her people's friend.
Oh, that's why I'm over here.
Have you got a people's friend?
No, it's a second day run and we've had an out. And Big Al likes a telegraph. Where's Chucky Egg? Not after.
Keep your guard up! You're supposed to meet it! Meet it and block it!
What, with me head?
Hey, whatever it takes!
How about this then?
But!
Look, Dad, I don't think I'm cut out to spar with you. There's better people than me around.
Like who?
I didn't mean her, but it's not a bad idea, is it?
Now then, lasses. What happened to our economy drive?
Your economy drive is sound as a pound as far as I know. This is our own money we've been spending.
On what, like?
On our room. A couple of throws, some border. Oh, aye, and a meatloaf poster.
Hey, what about us?
Oh, flaming posters.
Oh, that's how it is. Hey, I'll not forget this when it comes to divvying up my winnings.
Oh, Dad, let it drop, will you? It's a young man's game. Besides, that Daisy's no match for you.
Oi!
I reckon I could give him a run for his money.
Oh, our Butch.
Uncle Zacharias.
No!
You know what fellas are like. Even if they have lived away from home, all they get by on is toast toppers and junk food. And I'm gonna make him pull his weight tonight. The recipe's dead easy, so he's got no excuse.
What is it? Boil in the bag?
No, it's fish pie, potatoes and carrots. We'll do old pastry. Oh, and the tuna's out of a tin. But apart from that...
It's all your own work.
Yeah, because tell you what, I am not going to end up with someone like my dad. He'd burn water, he would.
Morning.
Ah, Vic. I was just on my way over.
Don't tell me. I'm sorry. A magazine, one paper. And I can only promise on Scott's life it won't happen again.
Oh, you said that yesterday.
I hope not. We had to talk to each other over breakfast.
What happened?
We ended up having a row.
Oh. Chris?
I better get on.
Yeah, thanks. What's up? It's Rachel, isn't it? She's left you.
Well, it's coming on.
Yep. There's still the plumbing to go in yet, but this is what they'll be getting.
I think it's going to be a bit more basic than I imagined.
Yeah, me too, but apparently that's what they want.
And who's they?
Oh, Girl Guides, Boy Scouts, youth clubs, community groups.
Yuppie plonkers with executive stress.
Well, now you come to mention it.
The sort of guy Chris would have been if it hadn't been for the accident.
Rachel.
You know what I mean. Getting away from it all for a weekend, dry stone walling, roughing it in a barn and ordering champagne at the Woolpack.
He's grown out of all that. Partly because of you and Joseph, but even before then, you wouldn't have got involved otherwise.
No.
Don't forget the eviction.
Yeah, I know. I always thought that the accident would be the toughest thing that Chris ever had to face, but what option did he have? Sink or swim? The eviction was different. He had a choice, and he still chose us over Frank, the business, all of it.
So?
So those times are so rare. And for every one of them, there seems to be 100 disappointments. And don't say it.
What?
That it makes the good times even better.
I wasn't about to.
Because it makes the disappointments so much worse.
Ironic, isn't it? The people she runs away to are the witnesses at our wedding. I bet Jack Sugden saw this coming. Oh well. Roll on Valentine's Day.
Don't, Chris. There's no point in talking if you're going to be glib. How do you really feel?
Gutted. Lonely. Place is so quiet. Especially without Joseph. What I don't understand is... I mean, all this blew up because I was worried about Dad. I mean, is there something wrong with caring for your father?
No. But how did you express it? Did you say he's frail and vulnerable and I want to protect him, or was it to think what'll happen to Tate Holdings if Kim and Dave stitch up Dad's shares between them? Rachel married you because of who you are. She's left you because of what you do or don't do. You'll never get her back, Chris, until you admit that to yourself.
Hiya. Why, you're busy in here today, aren't you?
Aye.
Listen, I've been thinking. You know that telly in our room? Well, we hardly ever use it, do we?
Not really, why?
Well, I got to thinking maybe our Dave could use it. What do you reckon?
Oh, wait, you've lost your marbles. Have you forgotten how he's shacked up with you?
He's not shacked up with her.
Oh, he's good as. Laid him up won't see him one for out. He'll not be needing a tatty old black and white telly, that's for sure.
All right, all right. I just don't think we should cut ourselves off from him, that's all.
After what he's done?
I know all that. There is such a thing as family loyalty, you know.
Jan?
Hang on a minute, Betty. Put yourself in Kathy's shoes. Put yourself in Frank Tate's shoes, and then speak to me about loyalty. Yes, Betty?
Have you got a minute, Jan?
I've got as long as you like.
Give it Frank, tell you, please.
OK. I'll see you later. Bye. That was her. She's coming round.
Oh, good.
Another little playmate to keep me occupied. Oh, you must have been glad for Pete McCarthy recently, keeping me out of your hair.
Frank.
I'm not the best company in the world at the moment.
Don't say that. I don't want you out of my hair.
I wouldn't blame you if you did.
Well, I don't. What's brought this on?
I don't know how you feel about all this, but I told Pete McCarthy to sling his hook. Well, not in as many words, but it was all getting a bit much. Are you annoyed with me?
Why should I be? I'm your wife. I want to be with you. I want to help you get better. To be honest, well, I'm quite relieved he's gone.
Are you?
Yeah, well, look at the way he monopolised your time when you should have been resting. No, I thought he was quite selfish. Bit of a user, I thought.
Did you?
Yeah, a bit. You are better off with me and the family. We don't ask you to be all singing, all dancing. We just want what's best for you. I won't be long.
So you know about it, then?
Oh, I've been through every recipe book in the house.
Well, perhaps I'm being a bit previous, but I think they're both far too young to think about getting wed. But do they take any notice of me? No, they're both too starry-eyed for that. So I thought what they both needed was a good dose of reality.
Well, what does marriage count for these days in the world?
Well...
Listen, Betty, whatever pushes Linda into a bit more housework gets my vote, all right? So...
Hey, hang on a minute, what are you doing? That's my bed.
Mrs. Tate wants it shifting.
Shifting? Where?
To the cottage.
What, Dave's place?
That's right. Beautiful, isn't it? French, apparently.
And what the hell am I supposed to sleep on, Kim?
Don't worry. I've got you one of the divans from the holiday village. It's much more practical.
A single?
Like I say, Nick, it's much more practical. So, good to see you.
Hi. Where's Dad?
Need you ask? In the attic, surfing the net or something. It's a bit down today, so I'm glad you called.
Well, I'll go on it.
Yeah, catch you later. Hello, you.
Yep.
Now that the dutiful daughter's here to distract him, we can spend more than 5 seconds together without arousing suspicion.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you properly for ages.
I know. No justice in world.
Well, it might be hard, and now Frank sent that Pete McCarthy packing.
Yeah, I'll come.
Oh, don't ask me. He's probably hogging the computer when Frank wanted to play with it. And he was getting a bit chummy with the staff for my liking. Don't want rumours spreading, do we?
Oh, no.
By the way, I've got a surprise for you.
What?
What if I tell you? It wouldn't be a surprise, would it? Something for your new bachelor pad. Want to come and see?
When?
Now? You're no fun.
I know.
Yeah, well, unless you get your act together, David Glover, I'm going to have to consider trading you in for a newer model.
Leave it with me.
I must say I'm not surprised, though. I never did think Rachel was right for him, you know that.
Okay, but that's not very helpful. I was a bit hard on him. I do think he's brought a lot of it on himself, but he needs a shoulder to cry on. Would you go round?
To offer my expertise on married life. I'll call in the morning.
This afternoon, I've got a load of calls to make or I'd stay with him myself. Dad, he's in a really bad way.
How bad? Suicidal?
No! He's upset and very lonely. I don't think he should be left on his own.
There's something important I have to do this afternoon.
More important than Chris.
A bit of business I have to finish.
A business? You nearly died 6 weeks ago. You shouldn't be doing any sort of business.
It's something that can't wait.
Fine.
Look, Zoe, listen.
No, Dad. Don't worry about it.
Look, I'll ring a couple of agencies, get him a nurse or something to help him around the house.
He can manage the dishes. It's coping with losing his wife and child that's the problem. Can you find an agency for that?
Hi, Zoe.
Hello, Ned. Rachel, can I have a word?
I'm sorry, Zoe, I'm very busy. I'm sorry.
You all right, love?
Yeah, we'll be in a minute. You know, I'd have a lot more respect for him if he came in here himself.
Chris.
Why is it he always relies on his family to fight his battles for him?
Dad, please don't shout.
You! Get in there and start talking, and it better be good.
See ya. Ta-ra, take care. Cheer up, Nick. Might never happen.
I think it's just about to, Terry.
What did you do with the papers?
What, you mean she didn't tell you?
No.
We're closed.
Well,
I binned them. Why? I told you I'm sick of it.
not anymore. You're sacked.
Well, fine by me. You won't find any other mug to do it.
I will, if you pay me properly.
No, you will not.
Why not? I did it yesterday.
Well, that was just a once-off.
Because you're a girl, that's why.
That's sexist.
I don't give a monkeys. You'll be sorry, Scott. And Skint. There's lads in the village queuing up for a job like this.
Well, why didn't you try him?
Come in. Sit down. Boy, you smell like an old brewery.
That's what they call Dutch courage.
Sounds ominous.
There's something I've got to tell you, Frank.
Fire away.
It's about Kim.
What about her?
She's having an affair with Dave Glover. Frank, it's been going on for months. That's the reason why Kathy and Dave split up. For all we know, Kim could be having Dave's baby.
Nick, you're making this up, lad.
Frank, I'm putting my neck on the line to tell you the truth. She's making a fool of you. She's turning the new cottage into a love nest for her and Dave. She's ruthless. When she found out I knew, she set Valentine on me. That's why I ended up in intensive care. It wasn't an accident. Are you okay?
Go home, Nick. I'd be grateful if you kept this to yourself.
Of course. What should I do about the rest of my work?
I'll sort that. Just go home to your daughter.
I'm sorry, Frank. What are you doing here?
I'm your landlady, remember? Come to inspect the property. And to take an inventory of its contents.
Come on, get it. Hope nobody's seen you.
What is it? I was very careful. Well, Frank's still up in the loft, playing with his joystick. The rest of the staff have gone home for the evening. And Nick's probably stuck in a one-way system in Leeds. So, relax.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You haven't said what you think of my surprise.
Oh, it's fantastic. Where'd you get it?
That would be telling.
Thanks.
Have you forgotten why we found you this place?
Jog me memory.
Oh, aye. It's coming back to me.
So much for the master plan. They're supposed to be at each other's throats by now.
Biff, Linda, I forgot to say, all them worktops will need a good wipe down before you're finished.
Yeah, Biff just doing them.
Oh. Only I always put a nice drop of
Bleach in the water. It's all under control, Betty. Here, have an hors d'oeuvre.
That's all I need. Peanuts. Please, Betty, love. No. Just one pint. I'll not be more than 10 minutes.
Tea's up. Oh no, Seth, you're sitting there. Come on, Betty, you're over here. I've made place cards, see?
This all looks very nice, Seth.
Good enough to eat. Is it foreign?
Is it take us foreign?
Ta-da!
Go on, then. Fill your boots.
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't it lovely, Seth?
Very nice.
You know, you've done us proud, you two. I did wonder if you was going to make a pig's ear of it.
We had a laugh, didn't we?
Yeah. Hey, we've been thinking. Perhaps you should make it a regular thing. It'd give you a night off and, well, it'd be good practice for me and Biff when we get off work.
Oh, no. I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, go on, Betty. You'd be doing us a favour, really.
Well, what do you think about that then, Seth? I mean, we can't let him do that, can we?
Why not? It's very nice.
Show the world how to get along. Peace will endure when hate is gone. But if there's none, asking too much. Please send me someone to love. I'll wait not upon the trouble. My answer is always the same.
What do you call this, Dave? Overtime?